Start recording, bro. Welcome everybody to the 26th episode of the Get Geeked podcast.
Never lets me plan anything.
Welcome back, Alex. He is done house hunting. They're just waiting on certain things. And yes, he missed out on a very exciting week, but we got more exciting news also this week. So, I mean, let me just take a sip of my coconut coffee drink here and let's get into this.
All right, let me take a sip of my drink too.
Yeah, damn it.
No, you don't. They don't see anything.
Stupid. All right,
it's implied.
Before we get into our topics, I just want to say, not really a shout out, but more of over the last weekend, Bam Margera came out with a very, very frantic video of him kind of having a breakdown. He's mad at like his wife. He's mad at his mom. He's mad at one of his best friends, Kevin Novak. He's calling for Dr. Phil for help. And I just want to say, dude, Bam, you were one of the best skateboarders back in my days, dude. Get better, man. I hope everything goes well, and I hope you get the help that you need, man. Because you were cool, dude. You were one of the coolest skaters out there and one of the craziest skaters out there. So dude, I don't want to see you go crazy.
He was doing stuff that I have never seen at some of the most iconic skate parks, let alone right now. You know, Johnny Knoxville still level-headed.
Steve-O's gotten way, way better. Like I want to see him go.
Better.
I want to see him go the way of Steve-O. Like, I mean, because he got the talent. I don't want to see him waste his talent, man. So yeah, that
and even Pontius is doing okay for himself. Novak's doing his podcast. Everybody's doing their own thing. And honestly, man, you have a support system. And stop pushing it so hard on Novak.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't really have a support system. That's why he was having a breakdown. Because everyone that was like supposedly on his side, that's the people that he was actually ranting and raving about. Like, kind of like I don't know. It was great. You got to see the video to even know what he was talking about. Like, and it's a pretty well. It was cut. I think the video that I saw was a cut video, so it might have been shorter than what it really was. But yeah. Pretty crazy stuff. So, but with that said, along with skateboarding, I've been on a binge of this channel called the Braille Skateboard Academy. And
man, you are late to the party.
I just want to give them a shout out because this channel and those guys are freaking dope. And if you guys don't know what the Braille Skateboard Academy channel is, it's basically a bunch of guys from the Bay Area who likes to teach people how to skate, and they have a video called How to Skateboard 101 and a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of other videos. And on their channel,
Made Simple.
Yes, oh yeah, Skating Made Simple, and that's what it's called. And then on their channel, they have like stupid skateboards, versus skateboards, or skate anything wars and stuff like that, where they build. They go to a store. They find something to build. They will build a skateboard for their opponent to skate, which is pretty awesome. And they also have videos of like them teaching people how to skate, which is dope. And I've been stuck watching this channel for like the last few weeks, and it's actually pretty funny and good.
Let me give you a quick rundown, everybody, because I've pretty much watched these guys for a few years, like before they even had the skate park. Two of the main creators of the channel, which is Lance Silber, and Aaron Cairo. But Lance eventually left.
Yep, Lance left
the filming to Gabe and Aussie Dan and Uzi.
I think, which is the other reason why I got stuck watching him, because one of them's name's Gabe.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah,
the gift of the gab. But I'll tell you something that not many people know. Aaron and Lance are Scientologists.
What? No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Right now,
no way.
You can look up the video. My name is Aaron Cairo. I'm a professional skateboarder, and I'm a scientist. I'm a Scientologist.
What? I don't believe that. I don't know. Now I look at it a little differently, dude.
Well, see, here's the point. I get that he's a Scientologist. I don't see why it matters because he's not trying to push it on anybody else.
Yeah,
I get that that's kind of why he's probably acting a little strange. Because if you haven't noticed, Aaron Cairo's on another level. He's on another level.
He's a good skater though, but knowing that he's a Scientologist,
a really good.
But
skater.
I guess I can't really like not see it at all, only because Jason Lee is also a Scientologist.
Yeah, but the main thing I hated was that when Lance left, it was because he was going to do a filming thing for something with Scientology. Mm-hmm. And it made me mad because Lance was kind of like the comedic outburst of, like awkward comedy coming out of the channel.
I don't know. I tend to like Uzi Dan and Fetty.
Ooh. Man, Braille Army has been the reason why I found one of my most, probably my favorite skater of all time. It used to be Day One Song
Johnny
and all
Geiger?
that other stuff. No.
Oh.
Andy Anderson.
Because Johnny Geiger was the reason why I even found the Braille channel, only because I was watching Johnny Geiger do Rodney Mullen tricks, and if you guys don't know, Rodney Mullen is my #1 top favorite skater of all time.
Ooh, this may actually make you like
over
Andy
Day One Song, and I even met Day One Song. So yeah, but
here's the thing: Andy Anderson was personally trained by Rodney Mullen himself. He is one of the best skaters. He brings old school skateboarding with like the plastic rails and the skate stoppers are like nothing to him. He wears a helmet, but because he does insane stuff. If you watch some of his videos, it's actually like he's embodying Rodney Mullen. Like out of nowhere, he'll fly out of a bowl and then do like a finger flip into a manual, and then right before he goes back in, he does like a foot flip.
Is he the one who skates at Venice and has long blonde hair?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's been on the video. He's been on their videos every time. Yeah.
Andy Anderson. Yeah, he's the one that taught.
He's kind of weird though, like.
Yeah, but that's what I like about
his brain. His brain is like out of nowhere. Like when he talks, it's like he seems kind of spacey. Like I don't know.
That's the thing, though. He's the OCD, ADD skateboarder who only thinks about skating, and it's just crazy the way he thinks about tricks.
But he is good though. He goes full bore on every trick. Yeah,
full on, man.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Real quick.
He doesn't try anything. He just straight up sends it every time.
Yeah, he sends it, and it most of the time works. But one of my favorite videos is one of my other favorite YouTubers, William Osmond, who does laser cut videos and kind of like weird experiments. He made Braille Army a full-on cardboard and plywood laser cut skateboard.
I think I've seen
it. And man, it is awesome. Because William Osmond actually goes and does stuff with robot battles and stuff like that. Yeah, and because we live in Long Beach, we're right next to where they film the robot wars and stuff like that.
Oh, where you used to live in Long Beach.
Where I used to live. It doesn't matter since somebody's thinking about coming and living in the wilderness.
Also, with that said, though, I also want to give a shout out to Revive Skateboard, only because since I've been watching the Braille channel, dude, their decks are freaking awesome because they have this like retro style of artwork where they do like old school like Dungeons and Dragons themes and Super Nintendo type stuff, dude. They have a long sleeve Super Nintendo one that looks so sick. I almost clicked buy on it. I might still buy it later on.
So talking about Revive and talking about Braille, both really good companies. If you haven't watched Revive, one of my favorite video series from Revive doesn't even have to do with skateboarding. They go around and compete each other in bottle flipping videos. It's funny because they'll like flip it and then it'll slide down like a quarter pipe and they got to land it, and it's crazy the stuff that they do. But speaking about those guys, another underrated skater, which I think you guys would really enjoy because like we know good skateboarding. We don't really hold like skateboarding on our own, we're not that great, but we know good skateboarders. So there's one underrated skateboarder on top of Andy Anderson, and the one that Gabe likes that needs attention. It's your boy Vinny Bond. Needs that attention. He is an awesome skateboarder, and he just sends it. And he always skates with the Revive team, always skates with Braille. But right now, he's just living place to place, trying to figure out his footing and stuff like that. But if you check out his channel, so many good tricks. He sends it down 15 stairs like nothing. He's like an Asian Carlos Lastra, man.
Freaking Carlos Lastra, man. That guy's like unnatural. But that's because he's so super small, dude.
No, homie, you need to watch the Vinny Bond Carlos Lastra skate video. Oh man, it is crazy.
Another one who's good is McNugget. McNugget's freaking.
Oh yeah, McNugs.
That guy's legit.
Surprised.
Like he has mad like fall skills, because like he could like get the biggest like bailout, and like it makes it look like he's a ninja.
He's really technical. Him and Nigel will like throw out a trick, and then out of nowhere everybody misses it, and then McNugs comes through.
I think Nigel's just lucky, dude, because he's not really that great. I don't know.
He's not that great, but compared to like Fetty and Gabe and all them,
dude, Fetty's actually good, dude. You got to give that guy a chance. If you watch his skate parts, he's good, dude. He's dope. Like he does all
he's good.
He does all the hard tricks, man. Blunt slides and blunt stalls are hard.
You need to take the send it of Nigel and also the technicality of Fetty and put them together, and you got yourself a milky chocolate brown skate god.
I guess, dude. Talking about chocolate brown, if you guys haven't seen the Netflix special for Dave Chappelle, it is controversial. It is hilarious. Well, he's not really chocolate brown; he's just dark brown. But whatever. I need a transition. All right, so I took it. All right, calm down. But
milky chocolatey brown.
But
Dave Chappelle.
You know what? There's been a lot of controversy because all the SJWs are like attacking Dave Chappelle's new special. But you know what, dude? It's all jokes, and he even says it himself that they're all jokes, and that he has no problem with anybody, and it's all jokes. And if you guys actually watch it, it's hilarious. I think people are just too dang sensitive nowadays. Dave Chappelle is a comic legend.
Here's what I kind of have to say on this. I, back in the day, wanted to, be a comedian. I know I wasn't ready for how much shit they actually get, but we are losing our touch with a comedic sensibility. Not to mention, you don't have to agree with what they say. I don't agree with most of the stuff I listen to. When you talk about all these other people who does comedy, look back at it and say that you hate all the Mel Brooks movies. Say that about everything.
Who hates Mel Brooks movies, man? They got a problem.
I have actually
Mel Brooks movies are the best movies, dude. If you don't like Mel Brooks movies, dude, I question your taste in movies.
Here's the thing.
I question your taste in comedy.
This is what I'm trying to get at, dude. Because like there are some people who are like, oh, I don't like what Dave Chappelle is saying, but then they won't say anything when Mel Brooks gets on Conan and then does an Adolf Hitler impression. There's a difference between getting offended by somebody saying something about you or getting offended by somebody who's just making an observation. And there's that fine line that if you cross either way, someone doesn't have like the intention of hurting you, but the other person has the intention of hurting you. That's the difference. So if you're getting mad at jokes that maybe don't even have to do with you, you're just offended on somebody else's behalf, you are taking this all wrong, and you should just stay away from comedians. Because my rule on comedians is if they're not saying things that you wish you could say or things that you're afraid to say, then they're not doing their job right. If they're saying things that you aren't going to say out of fear of what people are going to think about you, then they're doing their job correctly. Because if they're just saying everything like everybody else, they're not a comedian. They're just normal-ass people. Take a grain of salt with everything you hear. Watch the new Dave Chappelle thing. It might even be funny to you. You just don't give it a shot.
Oh, it's hilarious, man. I laughed a lot. I laughed a lot. And it's just basically the SJW culture, man. People are just too sensitive nowadays. They want to jump on anything. It's also a crowd mentality because if one person says it, everyone jumps on it, and yeah, it's I don't know. But here's the thing, though. As much as they try, dude, there's no way they're gonna be able to cancel Dave Chappelle. He's surpassed it. He's not under anybody. He's not contracted to anybody. He does it all himself. So there's no way you can cancel him. And plus, dude, he's just too creative. He'll take his cancellation and make it a joke and have another special on it.
Man, that's how it is nowadays. When you don't realize, well, not you specifically, Gabe, everybody watching, is that when you go push too far into the whole cancel culture, what you're doing is essentially giving what you're trying to cancel those views and those looks from people who would never look at it in the first place. So in the end, you're technically helping what you're trying to hurt just because you're not looking at the facts of, maybe it's not your fight to fight. But what I was trying to say earlier is I just recently, a couple weeks ago, got into a conversation with somebody who apparently loves me, but says that Quentin Tarantino
loves what movies? Is that what you said?
Yeah, just movies in general. Mm-hmm. And they say that Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained is racist. Then you haven't watched the movie and got the point. They hate Mel Brooks's Blazing Saddles because they think it's racist. Then you don't get the point of comedy. And then they say a whole bunch of other things about, like Charlie Chapman's The Dictator. They think, it's just a movie about him when he was going through his communist phase. That's not the point. The point is he's trying to put light on that kind of subject. And Charlie Chaplin it's kind of going down that.
Those are all satirical views on those topics, which is
that's the point.
Yeah, making a joke on it.
If it's satirical, don't take it for face value. That's plain and simple. Don't take it for face value.
But talking about controversial things, let's talk about something that has no controversial, or maybe it does.
Man,
but I'm trying to get these transitions down. All right, shut up.
Talking about controversies, let's talk about something with no controversy.
But Marvel has put out a new comic called Absolute Carnage, and I hear a lot of good stuff coming from this. I have not yet picked it up myself, but I'm going to. I'm planning on it because everyone I've talked to who's read this book said that it's next level type stuff. So and plus I am a Spider-Man Venom Carnage fan in the comic world, not the movie, because if you guys haven't seen last week's episode, I'm a little bit peeved off in the whole Sony Disney Marvel's stupid thing, and gosh, I don't know. It's
nah, you don't get it, dude. Tom Holland can't do movies anymore.
Yeah, he can.
But Tom Holland can for Marvel.
You're dumb. But I hear really good things about Absolute Carnage, so just shouting out Absolute Carnage. If you guys need a good, interesting read this week or this month, look it up, pick it up, and let's basically help the comic book world and help out your local comic book shop. And also, along with that, I also just want to shout out AEW. Just had their All Out show pay-per-view yesterday, and Chris Jericho is their new world champion. So congratulations, Chris Jericho.
Wow, really?
Yep. He beat Hangman Page to become the first AEW heavyweight world champion.
Man, like you were talking about a couple episodes, before, I actually started to listen to a bunch of audiobooks and biographies.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you were talking about it, I was putting a little more insight into it. And yeah, dude, the Japanese got a handle on this.
Yeah, Japanese is big, dude. If you want to make a name for yourself, you have to do New Japan Wrestling, because they're like top of the top in Japan. And there's also other stuff like Dragon Gate and everything like that. But New Japan Wrestling is top of the top. They have like everyone who's been in the indie scene that wants to make a name for themselves been through there. All the big names been through there. Yeah, dude. Everybody.
Even if you're not into wrestling, I think you'll know these names. Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, all started and kind of went through the whole Japanese phase just as a kind of like a rite of passage.
Although when they did it, it wasn't New Japan Wrestling yet, or it wasn't New World Japan Wrestling yet. But yeah, they
old school.
They've done Japan stuff, and yeah, like basically, if you want to renew your persona in the wrestling world, or if you would just want to make a break for yourself, New Japan Wrestling is the way to go, man. And yeah, and one of the not CEOs but whatever in AEW is
COO,
or I don't know, something like that. But one of the main guys is Kenny Omega, and he's been wrestling with Japan for a long time. He also won his first run through New Japan, which is like never been done before. But he loves the whole Japan world style of wrestling, and he's even trying to bring some into AEW, and which is one of the girls that he's brought into the company named Ryu, I think. Yeah, Ryu. She just won her match. she just won her match to meet Nia Jax at their first TV show to fight for the women's champion. So that's gonna be exciting. But yeah, I just want to shout those out. Also, I want to shout out a new show on Amazon Prime called Carnival Row, which is kind of legit. I just started watching it. If you're into like fantasy world meeting like real world, it's based in the old time feel, kind of like I don't know, like, you know, old timey days where there's like trains and stuff and whatnot, and musket guns and sailors and but
because you know trailers, trains, guns, and sailors are things we don't have nowadays.
But like old timey, you know, like steampunk type style, kind of. Without the punk, just steam.
Yeah, like the 90s.
But also there's like it has there's fairies, like full grown fairies, and half men, minotaurs, basically half men, half horse, right? And I don't know, it's weird. Like it's a fantasy mix. It's pretty crazy. And I've seen only a few episodes, but I'm getting into it. It's really not as good as like the boys, but it's keeping my interest. So I just want to shout that out.
What was the movie that came out recently, which was like Will Smith?
Oh, Bright Spot
with an orc.
Bright Spot or something like that. Not Bright Spot. I don't know, dude. I forgot what it's called, man.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's kind of like that, but that's more modern day. That's more modern day, and Carnival Row is more like way back in the day, and it's more fantasy than like modern day real life. You know, because the one that you're talking about is like kind of based like if it was like in real life, and these
like
creatures these creatures actually exist. Whereas this one, it has like a fantasy island, not a fantasy island. Yeah, I don't know but where all the creatures used to live, but men got to the island and started warring and drove them out, and you know, whatever. Yeah. Watch the show to find out. Watch the show to know what I'm talking about. I don't know, it's hard to explain.
All right, so should I take over?
No, one more bit of news, and kind of just me bitching a little bit, I guess. Well, first part, I'm digging. The Pokemon Ultra Bonus starts tomorrow. Today is Sunday, but it starts tomorrow on Monday. New shinies. The beasts come back to raids. Collect your 7K eggs because now you could hatch unknowns, which I need because I don't have any unknowns. So I'm gonna be all over those 7K eggs, and yeah, hopefully
I got a lot of unknowns.
I know, but how'd you get them?
Man, I live in the wilderness.
And so let's get into
That's not my fault. PAX is always up here.
Sure, but
no, dude. When PAX was going on, all of Seattle was spawning unknowns, P, A, and X.
Well, I can't wait because the unknowns in the 7K eggs are going to be spelling Ultra, so you get U, L, T, R, and A. The
Ultrana.
The part that I don't like is they announced the new breakthrough box, and whereas in the old breakthrough box you get legendaries, and the 4 legendaries that are in there could be shiny, which is where I got the shiny that I traded with you.
The Latios.
Yeah, the shiny Latios. The new one coming up is just Flower Crown Eevee for a whole 2 months.
Didn't they already have that in like the wild?
Yeah, exactly. Like, how are you gonna go from legendaries, which I still did not have my shiny Kyogre, and then which I was hoping for, and now when I open my Ultra box or my my research box tomorrow, I'm just gonna get a freaking Flower Crown Eevee. I don't have another chance at Kyogre yet. Like,
how about this? You guys might as well just make it a Whismur. You guys might as well make the research box a Whismur.
Because I still need a Whismur. Dude, let me get on this, man. The Jirachi quest. I am stuck on the Jirachi quest because you need to catch 3 Whismurs. I've done everything else, but I'm stuck on catching 3 Whismurs, and it's stupid because before they even brought out this quest, Whismur was spawning everywhere. I couldn't get away from Whismur. He was in the toilet. He was in the trash can. He was in my freaking ear. I'm like, dude, there's Whismurs everywhere. But as soon as they brought out the quest, you can't find that dude anywhere. Where is Whismur?
When everybody needed him, he was gone.
Where are you, Whismur? Dude, I think I turned my mic down, but I think I'm just screaming. Never mind. I'm probably just screaming.
But seriously, though, how many people would be happy if it was Whismur instead of the Eevee?
Well, actually, as soon as you finish that quest, though, I'd still be mad, though, because I don't want Whismur for a whole 2 months in a breakthrough box, dude.
But, it's...
Especially since there's still Generation 4 Pokemons that are not even released yet, that we're still missing, which is like Kecleon and a couple other ones. Like, they could have put Kecleon in there. I would have been happy with that.
Aren't the Sun Hat Eevees unable to evolve?
No. That was the One Piece one. That was the One Piece hat.
Oh, okay. That's why I was wondering. I was like, so you're gonna give everybody an Eevee that they can't even evolve?
Oh no, and that was Pikachu, not Eevee. But yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Flower Crown Eevee can evolve, and you can also get the shiny one. It was rare when it first came out because it was hard to find a shiny Eevee with a Flower Crown. But tell you the truth, rare or not, putting a hat on a Pokemon does not make it exciting. I don't care.
It just makes it fashionable.
I'm over Pikachus with hats on them. All right, I'm over it. I'm over Eevees with flower hats on them. I don't care. This breakthrough box for the next 2 months is going to be a waste. I'm not even going to want to do them for the whole next 2 months, but they're making it up with all these ultra bonuses and other events that are coming out, which I'm kind of excited for. So yeah, it's a trade-off. But speaking of Pokemon, I want to hear your...
Hold up. Real quick. I actually am starting to think that the one Pokemon besides legendaries, like Jirachi, Celebi, and all those others, and Mew, I think the rarest one right now, just because you just can't get it anywhere else is either the shiny Sandshrew, which
I got.
You're welcome. And I want to say it's Spiritomb, even though it doesn't do anything. I want to say Spiritomb is probably one of the most.
Spiritomb was a quest, so as long as you do the quest, you get him. So he's not really that rare.
But do people like still have the quest?
Yeah.
Now, or is it just
no? If you
I thought it was you could only get it within that time.
No. Every quest, as long as you start, I think you get all the quests. I'm not sure. I'm not for sure. Don't quote me on that, but I don't know.
Either way, it was hard.
I don't think he's that rare though.
For me, it was hard because you had to catch like 20 ghost Pokemon.
It wasn't that hard because it was during the Halloween time. I finished it pretty quickly. There was.
Well, it changes my mind already, considering everybody gets them anyway. So
there was. I think it was maybe the Mew quest when you had to catch 10 ghosts, and it wasn't anywhere near Halloween time, and there wasn't any ghost Pokemon spawning at all. You had to find a nest to even do that part of the quest. But the crazy thing about it now is that there's no such thing as a Whismur nest. So damn it, Raichi.
I miss that. I really miss when nests and stuff like that were just showing up and they made it known, because you would get like 8 of the same Pokemon in one area.
Yeah, and they rotate it they rotate it way too quickly nowadays, dude. It's
like,
I don't know.
You remember that day I told you I had a Charmander nest right in front of my house?
Yeah, but the crazy thing about that is it only lasted for that week, because the next week after that, nests rotated and it wasn't a Charmander nest anymore.
But dude,
and I had told everybody, and then you're like, dude, this is not a Charmander nest. Like, oh my bad, it rotated.
But still, though, when you or I were there, we saw at least 30 to 50 Charmanders.
Yeah, I think I caught enough to do my evolution, but but that was back when it first started, and it was hard to find like a bunch of the ones you needed to even do your evolutions. But nowadays it's like, yeah, it's easy candy. But with that said, though, I want to get into the new game that you started playing. What's it like? Is it any good? Should we get it? Should we download it? What's the situation? And what's it called? Donde?
So, oh man, this week has been an up and down for games, specifically Nintendo and Pokemon games.
I want to know about the Pokemon one that you've been playing.
It's I've been talking so highly about this game. It's one of those things where you kind of, if you talk so highly, it kills the anticipation, especially if it's not that great. So, as soon as it was done and ready to be downloaded, I downloaded Pokemon Masters.
Pokemon Masters, that's what it's called.
Pokemon Masters, there are some people based on region who cannot find the game. You will probably have to go and find an iOS or an APK somewhere else to download the game, but I downloaded it. First up, it was super weird. They had no way of telling us, what kind of game it was going to be. They told us it was going to be battles. You can battle with your friend, but they never told us or showed us exactly how. So, I know it's going to sound weird, but if you've played Magic the Gathering, you're going to understand that essentially you get to pick 3 people on your team. You and 2 other people who have different Pokemon, but you only get those 3. So it's a 3v3 battle game, but at the bottom of your screen you have a bar that has different sections, and the more of the bar that gets up, the higher of a move you can use. So if you have 2 bars, 2 Pokemons can use 1 move, or if you say have like 3 bars, 1 Pokemon can do a really strong move. It was really weird at first. I honestly still don't know if I like it, It's fun. It's a time waster. I'll give you that. If you have a kid who loves Pokemon, or if you love Pokemon and you don't have that much time to be like, I got to train my Pokemon, and you just want to scroll through different people to battle, it's great. But the one thing I and a lot of people have noticed is essentially it's a glorified gacha game. You have to save coins, you have to buy coins to get better Pokemon, and if you don't get better Pokemon, you can't really progress past that point unless you get a bigger Pokemon, a better Pokemon, or you waste all this time grinding for these upgrade items to put onto a Pokemon, which then might not even be a high enough rarity to be strong enough to deal with the other Pokemon. So it's kind of a little sketchy. I'll give you that. It's a little sketch.
So what you're saying is a pay to win game.
Essentially. It's essentially a pay to play,
Ooh, no.
pay to win. But here's the thing.
No, thank you.
They give you like 2,000 coins.
That could go pretty quickly.
No, not even. Here's the catch. They won't. Okay, so there's an event going on right now where if you pay 3,000 coins, 3,000 coins in the game is about $20.
Jesus Christ.
3,000 coins to use on a roulette, like, you know, every gacha game has a roulette.
Oh, so it's a gambling game too, man?
Yeah, here, get this though. It gets even worse. They give you 2,000 coins, right? Maybe you can scrounge up enough. Maybe you get a couple hundred here and there to make that 3,000. That 3,000 you can use in the shop, which is a casino that gives you a new character, but the new character is a guaranteed 5-star, right? That's like the best of the best. Get this. You can only use 3,000 of paid coins. You can't even use the ones they give you. You have to buy them.
Yeah, never mind, dude.
To get that.
No, thank you at all.
It is a thumbs down for me. Big thumbs down.
I'll stick to Pokemon Go, man.
But seriously, like I said, if you have a kid who just loves to just play and waste time, or if you're on like lunch or something, it's great just to waste time.
Learn how to gamble.
Yeah.
And steal their parents' credit card to get coins to buy new Pokemon.
Dude, it's straight from Nintendo. What do you think?
Yeah, never mind. That sounds awful.
But can this lead into my second topic?
Yeah.
Jumping off of that into an awesome game I just learned about after the fact. Like, I just barely caught the beta for it. An awesome game that is out that everybody should try. If you love anime, if you love action figures, if you love just real-time battling, you need to get Gundam Gunpla, which I know sounds stupid. Gunpla is just a weird word, but it's Gundam, Gunpla.
Yeah, but see, if people are into Gundam, they should already know. I mean, like, and plus, people who are into Gundam or fanatics for Gundam, like, they will build those crazy models, which I like. Dude. I've tried once in my lifetime, and let's just say I had a few extra pieces, and I didn't know how to put it together.
So, here's the thing. I have done a couple Gundams. I have spent the time, I've spent the hours, I've painted, I've even gotten the ones with the electronics, the ones that you can control with your phone and like change the color and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say I'm a huge Gundam fanatic. I haven't touched that stuff in years. Just like a Truggy, I haven't touched Gundams in years. But this game on your phone is essentially the phone is an exoskeleton. Oh, also, can you see my camera?
See your camera?
Yeah, well, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Look what I got on the back of my phone.
Oh, that's Chewy. Stupid.
But, okay, so your phone is essentially a skeleton for the Gundam. Your phone is your Gundam. you can have up to like 9 different Gundams. This is your skeleton. The more you do, the more you earn, and then, you know, you get new items, you get new armor, you get new weapons, you get new pilots, and you don't have to pay for them. You can if you want to, but you get this stuff from progressing through the game, which while progressing through the game will give you diamonds to use.
Yeah.
Hence, you don't have to pay for it.
I don't mind grinding, because I know every game has grinding. I do not mind grinding. It's when you have to pay to grind to get stuff, then it's a no-no. I do not touch those games. Because even in Pokemon Go, where like you have to like sometimes buy like incubators, you don't really have to buy them. If you play the game right and you put your Pokemons in gyms and earn coins after a whole week, you have enough coins for free to get, you know, incubators and stuff.
Not to mention, if you don't have the time for it, they give you a free one.
Yep.
But yeah, so like I was saying, the exoskeleton, the skeleton, it has every Gundam ever made, essentially. There are so many different lists. You can customize and make the coolest freaking Gundam you have ever seen. You can give him straight Gundam armor with like giant beefed up arms from a different Gundam, and then give him giant wings from a different Gundam. And then you can take that Gundam, fight other people in PvP, or just do missions. There are events that are going on to earn coins to get some of the coolest armor that's out there. Scrap Pokemon Masters, go straight to Gundam Gunpla. It will not prove you wrong. It's a great time waster. It's good if you want to actually dedicate yourself to something and then like get the coolest crap. If you have your name, you keep your name. So if you're really into like having a name for yourself, then do that. Do PvP, and you'll actually be on the leaderboards. Who knows? This may actually turn into something like, you know, you get a new Gundam, you build it yourself, and you can scan it into your phone. Who knows? This game just came out, and it is already leagues past Pokemon Masters.
There you go.
It is insane.
There you go. And Harry Potter. Oh my god, that was such a failure.
I hate it so much.
Even though people are still playing it, but yeah, gosh, man, so many.
That's just because those are people who like do crack. they hear me out. They're like people who play Pokemon Go. You know, they do cocaine. They're stuck on Pokemon Go. Harry Potter is kind of like hey.
There is no drugs in Pokemon Go, man. Stop it.
There is not. But the people that do play Harry Potter is usually just because, oh, it's Niantic. It's a great game. But that's just because, you know, they're crackheads.
But yeah, there's been some failure. Yeah. Failure app games.
See, that's where I was trying to go. I wasn't trying to be like Gabe does coke. I'm not trying to go down that road.
But speaking of I don't have a transition.
Speaking of cocaine,
let's
talk about Chick-fil-A.
Yes, let's talk about chicken, man. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys know, everybody knows, dude. I think the whole freaking world knows, dude. What is up with this Popeyes chicken sandwich versus Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich? First off, have you what
chicken sandwich?
Oh, I don't know. You know, the fish sandwich? Is it a fish sandwich?
No, what chicken sandwich?
Is it a shrimp sandwich?
I know Popeyes doesn't have fish.
Shut up.
Oh, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? What?
I'm talking about Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A, man. The crazy thing is, dude, to me, well, I haven't had the Popeyes ones yet, dude, because you know what? I'm not the type of person to wait 30 minutes in line to get a freaking chicken sandwich. I'm not about to do that. I'm also on the unpopular side of the wall, where I think Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich is not really that great. It to me is like a chicken sandwich. I have yet to have a really good chicken sandwich. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Here's what I got to tell you. Chick-fil-A isn't all that perfect. I did have them like twice last week. But that's just because I'm a fiend for... No. I'm just a fiend for honey mustard, dude. That is my jam.
You could get that anywhere. I get honey...
It doesn't taste the same.
I love honey mustard too. I get it with all of my chicken stuff, dude. Like, honey mustard is just delicious.
That's what I think. You know, like, I don't... Chick-fil-A's good. Popeyes is good. KFC is but
to tell you the truth, dude, I'm gonna be a hate for this. I'm not a really big fan of Popeyes chicken. I'm more of the Church's chicken side.
See, here's the thing though.
I'm team Church's chicken.
We grew up in Long Beach, man. That's where Church's was. Every block there was a Church's. Go there, get some Church's, get yourself some fried okra, go home, have a great time.
It's all about that mac and cheese and some Church's chicken, bruh.
But yeah, like I'll say this: there's a time and a place for everything. Popeye's chicken sandwich is great if you don't have a long ass line, but because it's making all these, it's not worth it. Not to mention, you only get one per person. What?
But like it's got so much hype, dude. Everyone's saying it's delicious. A lot of people are saying it's better, the best chicken sandwich out right now. I don't know, man. I get like maybe one of these days when the hype dies down, I'll try it out just to find out. But yeah,
here's what I think is the hype. I think the hype is because there's a hype, they pay more attention. They put out the better chicken. They do more attention and they cook it right away because there's so many going out the door. If they did that for everything, it would taste just as good. I can tell you I've gone to some high-class ass McDonald's, and just because they make it right before they give it to you, it tastes awesome. It's hot. It's actually warm. The cheese is melty. All that's great. But if you go to a Popeyes a year ago and ask for a chicken sandwich, that is not what you're going to get.
Well, they didn't have a chicken sandwich a year ago. That's why.
I ask them for a chicken and some bread. That's not what you're going to get.
The craze is that they finally made one after so many years. And the whole controversy that is so similar to Chick-fil-A's formula. It's basically the bun, pickles, and whatever sauce and chicken. That's it.
But here's the thing. The thing about the chicken is it's brined in pickled juice so that it gets the sourness and it keeps it moist. And then I think they help break down the chicken with buttermilk. So it's all that same stuff.
I don't know.
But I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of KFC, but I'll tell you something. Those tiny little chicken sliders were ahead of the game for years.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of KFC either. To me, I felt like KFC had too much salt.
Nah, see, that's the thing. That's why I don't get the chicken. The chicken,
it was too salty.
Salty. It's got all that stuff.
I'm weird. I'm one of the ones who like the Jack in the Box spicy chicken sandwich. That was my favorite for a long time. But yeah, I don't know. All this other stuff seems like it's just overhyped. To me, at the end of the day, they're all just chicken sandwiches.
What you gotta do is if you want to blow your mind, you gotta check out Mike Chen, Strictly Dumplings video about, I think it was KFC in Singapore or Indonesia. For some reason, their chicken is just much better. But here in the States, don't even bother. All this hype about chicken sandwiches. Chick-fil-A is good, but tell me why their chicken is kind of like outdoing the bun and everything else. You got to like hold this giant thing and the bun's like right here.
No, what it is, dude, what Chick-fil-A has that no one else has is the sauce. I'll give them that. I'll give that Chick-fil-A has the sauce.
Chick-fil-A has the and the customers.
Wait, what?
Chick-fil-A has the...
Say that again. Can you cut out?
Chick-fil-A has the sauce and the customer service. What Popeyes has is what Chick-fil-A has, but you don't have to deal with, uppity people trying to act all fake nice to you. So I get there's a part for everybody.
And the ghetto.
I can tell you, after living, half the people I met in life would not step foot in a Chick-fil-A just because they're like, oh, those people are weird.
But yeah.
Homie, speaking of, I got a quarter pounder with cheese right next to me.
Dude, talk about stuff I can't eat anymore, dude. I'm basically dude, vegetarian nowadays. So
I have to, because if I
you're cutting out, dude. I didn't hear a word you just said.
I said, dude, I gotta do the same thing. This is like our last hurrah because we're about to get the apartment, so we're gonna have to lay down and start cooking at home healthy. Because if I don't, man, the way
hold on, man. Oh. Do you have like other stuff going on? Because you're like cutting out every other word.
How about now?
I mean, it seems fine for now, but
all right.
Let's see you talk a sentence.
I'll see if I can get this out. So this is our last hurrah, because once we get the apartment, we're gonna have to start cooking at home.
No, you just cut out.
Don't eat bad shit. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Just eat healthy.
That's why all of our snacks nowadays are just giant things of seaweed. Seaweed with rice, seaweed as a snack, seaweed, wipe your ass with it.
Dude, I'm just glad that healthy stuff nowadays is like more tastier than back in the days. Mm-hmm. Now you can actually you can actually eat pretty good now eating healthy.
Oh yeah, no, you remember back in the day when anybody just
you cut out.
Can you hear me? All right, yeah, I can see the little.
You cut out again.
Computer. I can see the little thing on my computer go out. Either way.
Wait, is your mic is your mic wired to the computer, or is it going off of Wi-Fi?
No, it's Wi-Fi, but it's.
I lost you again.
I have not changed it. It is still wireless, but I just have to say, I remember when kale was the only healthy thing we could get.
Oh,
I'm
man.
having to watch every word I say because if the light goes out, I know I need to restart my sentence.
You guys and your wireless stuff, dude. Sometimes that's why wired is better. You don't cut out.
Wait till my headphones are cloud compatible.
Or
I'll send my thoughts straight to you.
Or you should just unpack that mic and use it, man.
Dude, give me like a month and then we're gonna have our own place. I'll be able to set it up then.
That's like 4 more episodes of this.
I'll work on getting it wired. If I have to, I'll just hold it.
Yeah, just hold it. You don't need the stand, dude. Just get the mic, hold the mic. It's perfect.
Either way, we're getting to the end of the show anyway.
Yeah, let's get into the last topic. So speaking of spicy sauces.
Dave Chappelle.
If you guys haven't seen, or if you live under a rock, the new Star Wars trailer dropped the beginning of this week, basically, after D23 ended on the Monday, and everyone's going crazy because it shows Rey holding a Swiss Army double-sided red lightsaber, which shows that she's part of the dark side. And everyone has their own theories and conspiracies and stuff like that. To me, though, I think it is just a vision, basically. I'm going on the vision route. I know there's like clone theories, and she's gonna like go to the dark side to bring Kylo Ren out and stuff, whatever, whatnot. I'm just going off of what I've seen before from J.J. Abrams, and it is. I'm going off of that. It's just a dream. Like it's a vision.
It was all a dream.
She used to read Word Up magazine. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's just a vision because it's been done before. He's done it before in other movies too. And also, I don't think he would put it in the trailer if it was a big, like, thing. Or maybe I'm totally wrong. Who knows? But yeah. And then also the Mandalorian trailer, the second Mandalorian trailer dropped. And let me tell you, I'm more hyped now for this than since after the first one. Because this just shows a lot more footage, and it shows one of your favorite bounty hunters. What was his name again?
I forgot, but he's a bad-mouthing, edict, murdering robot.
How's he your favorite if you don't remember his name, man? Really not your favorite then, huh?
No, it's not that. It's because it's so hard to remember. Hold on.
Isn't it like K something?
I can't tell you how long it's been to get R2-D2 and C-3PO as the right one. It took a while.
Really? Dude, I knew that from get-go.
IG-88.
IG-88.
Okay, I can remember it like that.
Now, click off
Instagram
because you're lagging all over the place.
Instagram 88.
There you go. But yeah, it shows footage of him doing some dope. There's a dope scene of him where he's like double shooting a gun, and I don't know. It was awesome. And not just that, but I found out who's some of the directors and the writers for the only weird one that I saw on there who's a writer is Nick Nolte, and I'm like, why the hell is Nick Nolte writing a Star Wars show? Episode, but whatever, maybe he's a fan and he has a good story, I guess. But all the other writers and all the other directors and the showrunner, which is Jon Favreau, like I'm a little bit more calm on this one. I'm not too worried about it anymore. I think it's gonna be a good show. I can't wait for it. The new Star Wars episode, though, I'm still a little bit worried because, for one thing, J.J. Abrams has to fix everything that Rian Johnson did on The Last Jedi, and he has to stick the landing because this is the last story of this trilogy. And if he doesn't stick the landing, it's, I don't know, fanboys are going to erupt and go crazy. And I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. So yeah, I don't know, but what's your thoughts? What's your theories? And what did you think about Dark Side Rey?
So I can see Rey going dark, considering she doesn't know her backstory. With everything that's happened with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that's why people think it's a clone.
Yeah, but I can see it. But that's just because I know an extensive history of Star Wars. But sometimes the movies just don't hold up to what the real Star Wars universe is. So it could just be like a dream. It could be a thought. It could be just, maybe it's that thing that, Palpatine did, how he looked like the Chancellor, but then walking out of the shadow, he had like all the wrinkles. So it might be that. There's also a lot of different things that could go wrong. But I have a feeling with this as a last hurrah, he actually will do, and I'm holding my faith in knowing that he can fully, yes, and J.J. Abrams, fully knows how to play this off well, because he's essentially stepping in with a fireproof suit on, but the outcome is whether or not that. So we need to see whether or not it fans of him. He comes out unscathed, everything is fine. But when it comes to big movies like this, I don't really hold because it could either go. Speaking of, real quick, is kind of how I'm thinking of the new. If you've heard me before, I love this new Joker movie coming out.
Oh, you know what? I was about to put that on the subjects, but I felt like we had too much stuff going on already, as it is.
But I'll add it onto this. It has to do about the same thing. If you didn't know that the Joker new movie with
Joaquin
Phoenix, everybody's like, no, Heath Ledger did it the best. If you didn't know, Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix were pretty close friends, so I think Joaquin Phoenix is going to do a great job portraying it. And I get
people are changing their minds, dude, because these trailers have been really, really awesome.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been saying it's going to be. I get all DC movies, and I think this is going to be a fixed setting of.
Dude, we really need to fix your bike, man.
Oh my god! Okay,
I'm only hearing like half of the stuff you say.
Here, I'll caveman this for you. I'll caveman this. Joaquin Phoenix, good. Movie, look okay. Star Wars, maybe. Gotta see.
It's gonna be good, or hopefully it's gonna be good.
Joaquin Phoenix. Joker movie introduction, maybe.
Okay.
Good?
Probably.
Yeah. Hold up. One more. What was I gonna say? It was about the Joker movie. So I know it's gonna be a one-off, probably, because Joaquin Phoenix doesn't.
No, that's what the director and Joaquin Phoenix says. It's gonna be a one-off.
Mm-hmm. But I think this is one of the few movies where I'm not going to mind that it's going back into the introduction of who the Joker is. A lot of people were saying they liked the last one because they left his introduction as a mystery, and people enjoyed that. But I've actually heard some rumors that the reason it's going to be a one-off, and don't quote me on this, it's just some things I've heard in multiple places, so it made me think about it. But if I call it now, it's just going to be like the others, where we actually caught it before it actually happened. It might end with him shooting himself on the stage. It might.
I don't know about that.
That's why I've heard a lot of people say that.
Only because I know that the studio is calling for a sequel, but like you said, the director and Joaquin Phoenix said that this is just a one-off. They only wanted to do one. So yeah, we'll see about that. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, he's not gonna probably shoot himself, but he's probably gonna probably going to act like he's gonna shoot himself, and then he does. All of a sudden, you see him walking away from the when everybody else thinks he's dead, kind of thing. Either way, I can't wait for it. I really want to watch it now.
And also, if you search online, media outlets have already seen and screened the movie. A lot of reviews are out, and I hear nothing but good things. So I'm super stoked for it too. I can't wait. It comes out in the fall. Going back to the whole Dark Side Rey, I think the reason why I think it's a vision is because I think they're gonna touch on the whole thing about well, at first everyone thought that Anakin was gonna bring balance to the Force, but last you've seen, he becomes Darth Vader. I think they're gonna try to portray Rey as the one who's gonna bring balance to the Force, and to do that, she has to learn to kind of deal with the dark side, which comes with the vision, and in that vision, she has to fight her dark side. So I think this is gonna be like a a light versus dark fight in a vision stance area, whatever, in the mine, and then when she defeats her whatever dark side or whatever, she learns how to live with the dark and light, which brings balance. So that's my theory. That's where I'm going with it.
Also, just, if you know anything about just sayings, can't have one without the other.
Exactly. And then if you go even deeper in the canon, then there's also the Greys and stuff like that. So and that's going way too deep. So I don't even want to bring that up because that's just a whole other storyline.
Yeah, wait for the new Star Wars video game to come out to learn about those.
Are they really going to put the Greys in the video game? I don't know.
No, but it's more dealing with the in the middle type people.
Because I haven't even seen them mention that, and I've only seen that in the books, so I don't know.
Well, I'll send you the trailer, which kind of shows. It doesn't show the Greys, but it shows mutual, not good, not bad, but mutual fighters. Because you can't really call them Jedis, you can't really call them Sith.
Yeah. They're just, well, no, isn't that the Greys? That's what it is.
Yeah, but
because they run the middle. They run the middle line, like they're
It was like it's two kids. One's good. One, I guess they train to become a warrior. That's like that's really bad. So then they see how they're treating each other, and I think that's how they're gonna deal with bringing in. That they're not just Jedi, and there's a fine line in between both. And there's still people within that fine line.
Yeah, which are the Greys. but yes, with that said, I'm super stoked for it, and brings us to the end of the podcast. We're still sitting strong at 52 subscribers. So if you are brand new here, please click the like and subscribe. Let your friends know. Help us get to 100 subscribers. Again, we're still trying to get to our unique URL. But yes, we love you all. Thank you all for coming to the show and listening. We will see you guys on the next episode.